Hello gamers, this is Online Gamer Richie, and this is Tiers for Skills for Guild Wars 2. Many of you have probably already read this on the ArenaNet blog about the weekend event that is coming up. And as you know, there is a lot of things that they have changed. Most of it is really good stuff. Like everyone's going to be able to keep their characters for this next weekend event. You will be able to do one of the dungeons. They've opened up more area. There's the Mystic Forge, which is really cool. You can trade in an item into it, and you'll get a different item. Randomly, I guess. They've expanded the World versus World, or the PvP aspect of that, where there's an underground area to fight in now. They're actually, looks like they're opening up the tournaments a little bit. And the overflow servers have been improved, and for many people, this is really cool because a lot of us were, when we were playing with friends, if we went somewhere, we would get split up, and then you were on your own. So that's really cool. They've fixed the key binding features. They've improved the UI. One of the improvements is the minimap, or what would have been called the compass as well. It is now square instead of circle, and it is size adjustable. So if you like a smaller mini-map, you'll be able to make it smaller. If you want it bigger, you can make it bigger. And then, of course, the dodge button has been wrapped around the health bar. There's a couple things that I didn't like, and we'll get to the main one in just a second, but for a lot of people, they've improved the chat, which a lot of people like. Is when you're talking to someone, a bubble pops above your head. I find this extremely annoying. But that's just me, and hopefully they'll have a way of shutting that off for players like me. Now we're going to get to the big one. The big one is the tiers for skills. Oh my gosh. Why? Seriously, why? What they've done is they've made it so you have to put so many points into one tier so that you can, let's say they've got 10 skills in it, and you need to purchase 5 of those skills in order to get to the next tier. This is, in my mind, the most idiotic thing they can do. Now, we're going to go over the reasons why they gave them, and I'm going to give you the reasons why it's absolutely stupid. Okay. The first reason that they give for this is the tier system gives players both a sense of progression and accomplishment. And this was said by the lead designer, Eric Flanham. Eric, either you don't play MMOs, or, in my opinion, you're an idiot. A sense of progression and accomplishment. That is what leveling is for. That is what boss battles are for. That's what achievements are for. And that's what beating a dungeon is for. Skills do not give a person a sense of progression or accomplishment. Skills are what allows a player to get a sense of progression or accomplishment. That's what you use to get that. They don't give you. So getting them doesn't give it to you. Having them and using them does. Okay, and then he goes on to say, it encourages them to experiment with different skills as they increase in power, and it avoids overwhelming new players with a huge list of skills to choose from. What this is telling me is you're thinking that new players are idiots. Seriously. There's too many skills. Which means we're going to take away choices from the player because there's too many and it's going to hurt their idiot little minds. I'm sorry, but I think players are smart enough to figure this stuff out. Yes, a new game, when you're coming into a new game, sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but not enough for you to dumb it down. So, get that and push that off to the side. Okay? And then the other part of it was it encourages them to experiment with different skills. Actually, this system is going to discourage people from trying different skills. Take me for example. I like choices. I want to have all the choices possible. So if I can choose from this skill, and this skill, and if that doesn't work out, I'll go and get this skill, and this skill, and try out that. A lot of players go with cookie cutter builds. And for anyone who doesn't know what a cookie cutter build is, it's a build that someone else has designed that works really well. So, and then they put it up normally on a website or something, and everyone goes and grabs that build. A lot of players use that, which is fine. And it's a good way of learning certain things about builds as well. I've looked at them, and then I change them for my playstyle. What you're doing here is really stopping the creativity of people who haven't gone and looked at it yet, because now they have to choose from the first set of skills. Well, maybe they don't like any of the first set of skills, but they have to purchase them before they can move on. Maybe I wanted this one skill first because it was going to make it easier for me to get the skills that I want to add to it. Maybe it's going to make it easier for me to level. Now, and then he goes on to say, the tier system is more scalable and expandable with this tier system, and we can more easily add new skills in the future with this system. So basically, without this system, you couldn't add new skills to the game? Seriously? You couldn't just throw in a new skill in there? If that's the case, I'm not quite sure what you're doing on the ArenaNet team, because obviously you can add skills into a game, because if I remember correctly, Guild Wars, that happened often, and then, when an expansion comes out, you can add new character classes and races into a game. So maybe you're not the right person for that. Just saying. Oh, we did it. Now I'm going to go over a couple other reasons why this is a really dumb system. Okay, did you get the gold heart PvP for this area? Players.
Gold heart.
Now, I'm not talking about
no,
all the
it's
PvP.
not filled in.
Because, as we know, certain parts of PvP, it scales you up to level 80 and you got access to all the skills.
Get the bees down here?
But there is, kill the bees, some PvP where that doesn't happen. And I know because I played it in the last beta. You go in as a level 2 character, unless you've unlocked all the weapon skills, you don't have all the weapon skills. So, let's take a Mesmer. They're at level 5.
Okay, we got all the bees.
And they want the skill, we'll say decoy, throw snowballs at the kids, which allows you to stealth and send out there's bees right over here. Now, unless that is on tier 1.
Where's more bees?
Right here. Right where you are. They're most likely not going to have it. So if this Mesmer skill is at tier 3, and the white snow, the line, and you haven't been able to open up enough in tier 2 to get to it, you're just out of luck. I want people to think about that and possibly let ArenaNet know that this is not necessarily a good change. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad change. Obviously, I haven't tried it out yet. And so I'm only basing this off of my experiences with other games that use the same type of system. If they
Oh, I
want
got
a
mail.
WoW-like system like this, what's next? Are we going back to
Oh, cool.
DPS, tank, and healers?
Whoops.
Are we going to lose our sidekicking ability? Think about it. I'm Online Gamer Richie. These are my thoughts. And as always, play the game your way. Laterz.
Let's go do some exploring.